Hi everyone, I'm Matthew. Thank you very much for having me. I'm kind of nervous, you can probably tell, but very excited. So what is Lipsy? Lipsy is a location-based anonymous messaging app that facilitates unlikely interactions between young people, kind of high school, college demographic. So I'll take you guys through a quick demo of the app. So the app has two main features, the first being a search feature. So let's say you're in a classroom, a restaurant, cafe, whatever it is, and you see someone you know by their first name. So first name basis, what do? You can search someone by name. So I'm going to look up my good friend Ivan, and let's say Ivan has the app. I find him just as I would find someone on Facebook, and I've now opened up a chat with Ivan, and I'm anonymous. I'm completely anonymous until I reveal who I am. The second feature of the app entails allowing a user to strike up a conversation with someone whose name you don't know. So if you don't know the person's name, how do you start a conversation? So the app loads all users within your immediate vicinity and also loads the closest user at the top of the screen and the furthest user at the bottom. So if you're trying to initiate a conversation with someone, let's say in the same restaurant or basically your vicinity, you can not only expect to find that person on your nearby screen, but that person will be at the top of the screen. Now the first problem that came to mind was, is this a dating app or social app? And what we realized is the fact that any app that connects people can subconsciously be branded as a dating app. So of course you have Tinder, you have Bumble, and nowadays, true story, you have some people hitting others up on LinkedIn based on specific things they're looking for, okay, for dating aspects. So cognizant of that, we said, any app that connects people can be branded as dating. Let's stick to the social aspect. So the fact that it's anonymous in nature, the fact that you can strike up a conversation with, say, a guy or a girl, that's what makes it social in nature. So the first thing we really did to get the word out was tackle the Greek system, which we saw as sort of like the elites on campus. So you have your athletes, you have your frat guys, girls in sororities, and at first it was going really well. There was some virality going on specifically at UBC, but what we also noticed is that it was really getting contained within that Greek demographic. And what we also realized is the fact that we were actually targeting the worst people possible. Not only because I was a Greek, okay, so in their defense, but not only is the Greek community the smallest on campus, it's roughly 5% of the community, but I also noticed that people in the Greek system are very cognizant of what they post on social media, to the point where they'll actually think twice about liking something on Facebook because all their friends are going to end up knowing that they've liked something. So our new approach right now is really targeting the general public, not necessarily just the Greek system, basically everyone without being so targeted in nature. We also noticed that a lot of the parties, events, open bars that we were hosting were really expensive, and of course, you do need to spend a lot of money in a startup, but we thought up of another feature. This is my baby picture, fear not, okay? So we developed this link feature that is, we believe, going to take it to the next level. It's going to be faster and cheaper. And what the app now allows you to do is, I will copy this link, and what it allows you to do is now with this new link feature, the app no longer really depends on the community aspect. I can now go onto my Instagram, and I can post this on my Instagram, and even if no one out of my entire following has the app, I can click on the link, I can make a story, and I can say, hey, send me some anonymous feedback, anonymous advice, whatever it is. So I've now exposed the entire brand to 8,000 people who have never heard of the app. So you go on my profile, you will click on this link feature, and if this loads, I will send myself this anonymous message, and I'll get a notification in-app that one of my followers, someone just messaged me, okay, has sent me an anonymous message. So I'll go in-app right here, and I can now continue it, okay? Yeah, so as fun or controversial as the app might seem, the ultimate goal of the app is actually to create a safe environment for people who suffer from mental health by creating a feature whereby you can connect instantly and anonymously with a registered counselor. Unfortunately, nowadays, mental health isn't exactly the sexiest topic, so our ultimate vision really is to brand Lipsy as a fun, social, anonymous and controversial app so that once we release this feature, which is being developed right now, Lipsy won't automatically be associated with mental health. It'll be known as this, social anonymous messaging app of which mental health is a feature. So ultimately, the app that the guy or girl uses to chat up someone randomly in class is also the app that their neighbor right next to them can also use to seek mental health help. That's it. Thank you very much.
That's awesome, Matthew. You have 2 friend requests in Instagram, just to FYI. Any questions? Okay. I really hope everyone downloads the app. Where do they go? All that fun information.
It's just out on the App Store and the Google Play Store.
There you go, Lipsy. I don't know. I don't know. Just wanted to check. How does this
compare with Sarah? That's a really good question.
Sahar, is
Sarah?
that?
It's
yeah.
Who said that? You want to reveal yourself?
Oh.
Cool. That's
Whoa,
a really good question.
that's kind of creepy. I like it.
Yeah. Got another download. So Sarah is, I don't know if anyone else has heard of it, reached just under 100 million users in about 9 months. It was started out in the Middle East. So Sarah is a platform that allows you to hear anonymous feedback from your Instagram followers. There's no location-based aspect to it. Another feature which I didn't get into is the fact that Lipsy lets you delete chat history on both devices to kind of allow you to re-engage with the same people over and over again. The biggest differentiator between Lipsy and Serha for this link feature is the fact that you can't answer anyone on the app. And so if you send a message using the link feature on Lipsy, you'll see that it generates a 7-digit code for you. And by copying that code and entering it in-app, it essentially allows someone who started a conversation out of app to continue it in-app. Because there's no way of actually telling who's clicked on that link. So 100 people can click on my link every single day, but there's no way of knowing who's clicked on it because it's on my profile. So by creating an identity for each conversation, you can continue it. So it's a simple, added feature, but it's the difference between being able to, continue a conversation versus not being able to continue, and the location-based aspect of the app.
Awesome. I hope that answers that in a short, brief way. A warm thank you once again. If you guys have any questions, he's going to stick around, so feel free to grab him and download the app. I'm going to take 2 minutes just to reset up, so please excuse me for a moment.